Hello, welcome. I hope you're having a good Thanksgiving weekend. It's pretty good here, although we are starting to get into that season where our utility bills suddenly get more expensive. Getting chilly. Last week I finished up on the drum grooves of the '90s series that Drumeo has, and I'm continuing on with the method in level 3.3. We're doing another lesson on ghost notes. So this isn't our first lesson on ghost notes. We know what those are. Those are notes that are quieter than the standard note in whatever piece you're playing along to. So regular note, ghost note. Yeah, pretty simple. Very simple idea, very hard, and it takes a long time to gain mastery over. You have to do many reps, even though it's hypothetically a simple thing. It's a very much a finesse thing. So let's see what we got going on in this lesson and see how it differs from the earlier ones.
Here we go with ghost notes. So earlier on, you learned how the ghost notes are notated, and you went through some technical aspects with me, talking about tap strokes and upstrokes. Let's take the opportunity now to put a few of those ideas into the mix and fine-tune the element of a ghost note. So I'm going to play my first ghost note as just a tap stroke. So I'm going to play my backbeat on 2, and my tap stroke is going to be what we would consider a ghost note. It's just a lighter note in contrast to my loud backbeat. So as I play this, I'm going to play my keep the dynamic difference at a great enough deal so that you can really just hear that soft tone as a little grace note or ghosted note. So here's the first exercise. We're going to play that nice, simple rock pattern. No big frills and thrills right now. We want to focus on the details right now, and then later on, as you build up your arsenal of goods, you can start to experiment with all the things that you start to have in your tool.
You notice you've got that accent note on the third hit there with the little caret thing. He wants us to really accentuate the difference between the two notes.
Box. First exercise, lesson 1. Let's take the eighth notes, make that pattern 80 BPM, and we'll play just the as our ghost note. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again, notice the contrast of the volume of the ghost note versus the backbeat. You're really trying to set up that little inside the eighth note track of a ghost note to just be a feel thing. You could play it without it, but again, those little ghost notes can really add the grease and the substance to a pattern when you're developing your style of playing. For lesson 2, let me take you back to our upstrokes. We're going to play the E of 1 and 3, and that will be an upstroke. Again, we want to be light on the snare drum as we're lifting off the drum to produce a nice downbeat or backbeat. So as you play that, you want to think about the spacing of your and as you're coming off the drum, be sensitive to the touch of your stick to the head so that it doesn't overpower and become not a ghost note, but a loud note. We want to make sure that it's got a good dynamic thrust that is different from the backbeat. So we'll do the same tempo and play a pattern where we're just focusing on the lift of the E at 80 BPM, subdividing that quarter note into eighth notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so now that we've examined 2 potential different ghost notes, an and an E, let's put them together now. So lesson 3, we'll play all of those ghost notes. The E, the backbeat on 2, the tap stroke on again with the lift on E of 3, with a nice backbeat on 4, with a tap stroke on the of 4. Same tempo, just again, designing tempo so that we can be real methodical about our growth as we go through the process. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lesson 4, let's take the opportunity of getting the ghost notes to have a double component. So on my I'm going to add an and. So it's going to be that can be very challenging because as you're letting go of those two little notes, you want to make sure again that they have a constant theme of good balanced dynamics. So here we go. Let's play the same tempo. We'll go to 80 BPM and see how our and work in the context of playing a backbeat and get those ghost notes to sit at a nice dynamic level. 1, 2, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and... So with that exercise, you see what you're up against. It's kind of challenging to put that forward and get that Anna to be at a good spot dynamically, but that's what the exercise is about. So really work your tail off and see if you can get that happening. Now that we took a look at the Anna as a ghost note, let's take a look at how that would fit for a double on the upstroke. So what we're going to play now is E-An as our ghost notes. And we want to be gentle about how we're lifting up. We also have to synchronize our 8th notes with that 16th note, so we're going to have. Again, that can be challenging to get those in there where they don't overpower and sound too loud. So same tempo, we're going to work the E-Ans now and see how that complies with our pattern. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and.
Oh, this one's giving me trouble. This one's giving me trouble. I think I need to slow it down and practice it for just a sec, and then maybe go back and try again. Okay. So the hard part here is keeping that second ghost note quiet. Getting the first ghost note quiet isn't too hard, but it's the same on paper, but it feels different to me when I'm playing this versus the one right before it. Maybe it's the positioning of the first ghost note relative to the bass hit or to the snare. I don't know, but it's a little less intuitive than the other ones. I think I'm getting the hang of it. I'm going to go back a little bit. I still didn't do it
so
quite
as we did
perfectly.
with the single
I'll have
notes,
to
let's
practice
do
that
the
some more.
same thing with the doubles. We're going to play our ghost notes on the E and to our backbeat on 2, with falling out to an and as the tap strokes or ghost notes, and then continue on
It's
with
the same
E
thing, but
and
worse.
on 3 to our backbeat on 4 with an Anna on the.
I'm not even going to let him start. I got to take a moment to practice this. Because this is the same thing, except worse. The problem is that usually when I play ghost notes in a groove, they're syncopated against the snare. So like they don't, or not the snare, the hi-hat. So they don't tend to land at the same time. So it's usually something like. Where they kind of end up alternating. And it's throwing me off that it lands on the same note as the ride. I'm also having trouble not changing how hard I'm hitting the ride with my right hand. I keep wanting to change according to how hard my left hand is hitting, and we do not want that. Okay. Okay, I'm getting the idea of what the groove is supposed to feel like now. It's really, really hard, though. I know what I'm looking for now. I know what it's supposed to feel like. It's still hard, though. I'm going to change it from the ride to my hi-hat for just a moment to make it a little quieter. I keep wanting to do bass hits where they don't belong. Oh, this is so hard. But I'm getting the hang of it. I'm getting the hang of it. I'm getting the hang of it. I think if I were to spend a good 20 minutes practicing it, then I would get it down. I might actually do that off stream, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a go with the video for now.
Of 4 to get those ghost notes out as well. So it's going to be a little challenging because you don't want to get like overpowering with your left hand. You really got to watch your dynamic levels, try to have good touch and control, and all the things that you have visited. So now, after processing what a
I was
ghost
kind of
note
keeping
is,
up at the end of
use your
that.
creativity and see how you can fine-tune and put different sensibilities into your grooves. It's not about just staying in one place. It's about taking the identity of that, the concept, and bringing it forward to some patterns that you might be partial to. But your assignment is to develop a good understanding of each positioning of the tap stroke ghost note, which would be the upstroke ghost note, which would be the E, and then combining those on lesson 3. So go through each lesson. Lesson 1, very nice and slow. Stick with your 80 BPM. If you find that you're having some control issues, slow it down. Same thing with lesson 2. Take your time and go through it at 80 BPM. Those tempos are pretty user-friendly, but you can always fine-tune it if you're having a struggling issue. And as far as the doubles, same thing. Go through those nice and clear and clean and see how your ghost notes start to be brought forward in your playing as well.
Well, this presents a problem. So that's the first lesson, but it's already got something that I'm going to need to spend a good at least 20 minutes practicing before I can do what's in the next lesson. So that's a bit of a conundrum, isn't it? But I think I already have a solution, and one that will help us advance our cause here. A 10-day ghost note challenge with Domino Santiano, I think is her name. But yeah, maybe if we do the ghost note challenge for the next week, 2 weeks, we'll get a little bit better at what we were just struggling with. And if I'm honest, I knew that the ghost note at the same time as the right hand has been a problem for a while, so it's good that I'm being forced to address it. So like the other videos of this type, or other series of this type, this is going to be basically 10-minute workouts.
Hey everyone, welcome to 10-Day Ghost Notes. This is a 10-day practice routine where you learn 3 basic ghost note grooves and how to apply them in a real song. You'll play along with me each day for 10 minutes per day. And by the end of the series, you'll perform a full song using all 3 grooves. The tricky part of ghost notes is playing them with proper dynamics. That's why we're going to focus on developing your feel and touch so you can play these grooves with confidence. So what is a ghost note? A ghost note is simply a note played at a lower volume, and they are typically played in between the hi-hat notes in a groove, like this. And when we add them into a groove, it sounds like this. So all we're going to do is add a few of these in between the hi-hat notes in a simple 8-note groove. Day 1 starts with a short lesson, then each day after that, you'll have a new 10-minute workout. If you're a 30-day drummer student, you'll be very familiar with this format, but with one difference. You'll now see sheet music on screen. But don't worry if you can't read music yet. We'll go through the exercises slowly so you can understand them with or without sheet music. So that's it, you're all set. Let's get started with 10-day ghost notes. So welcome to day 1 of this series. So we're gonna start by only playing hi-hat and snare, no ghost notes for now. So in today's workout, there will be no bass drum, only hi-hat and snare, and at some point, ride and four tom. So soon, we'll be adding in our first ghost note of today. But for now, let's keep moving here. So are you ready to add our first ghost note of today's workout? We'll play it at the end of the next bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got this. Going. The next step of today's workout will be to add another ghost note after the first hit on the snare of this bar. Am I clear? It will be much more clear when we do this together. We're about to play another ghost note. There you go. Keep going. The next step of today's workout will be to take a short break and rest on the hi-hat. We're about to take a short rest on the hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4, and rest. You're doing great. First step of playing these ghost notes. So now we're just chilling here on the hi-hat. And then we're gonna play again, hi-hat and snare with ghost notes. about to play again the groove. We're about to play again those ghost notes with the groove. You ready? In 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. The next step of today's workout will be to play the same thing, but this time on the right. For now, we're just keeping doing this. Same thing on the right. One, two, three, four. You got this. The next step will be to play again, same thing, but this time on the floor tom. You ready to play same thing on the floor tom? One, two, three, four. Keep going. We're almost done for today. Almost done. So we're done soon. There you go, you just played your first ghost notes. tomorrow we'll be doing the exact same thing, except we'll be adding in our bass drum in the full groove on the hi-hat, the ride, and the floor tom. So make sure to be there tomorrow for day 2 of this series. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
So, if I recall, Domino is a popular session drummer in the pop industry. But my first exposure to her was on the Drumeo channel, where they had her play Duality by Slipknot. But they didn't give her the drums, of course. They just gave her the drum track and said, yeah, have fun with that. And she does not use a double pedal. All right. So I have some stuff to practice before I get on with the next lesson. So I guess we'll just play a bit of music, huh? Oh, my wheel is gray. There we go. Let's see where we go. The Ghostbusters song. I don't know if I'll be able to figure out how to use this. I might be able to use this. I don't know. Maybe we'll experiment a little bit.
Strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call? If it's something weird and it don't look good, who you gonna call? I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't something. Bustin' makes me feel good. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Don't get caught alone, oh no. When it comes through your door, unless you just want some more, I think you better call. Oh, who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? Think you better call? Who you gonna call? I can't hear you. Who you gonna call? Louder. Who you gonna call? Who can you call? Who you gonna call?
There's a spot in there with the tempo change that the metronome apparently didn't know how to deal with. At first, it was on tempo, and then it got to a certain section where the tempo apparently changed. And when it finally got back into sync, it had it was one beat off. So instead of the snare being on the 2 and 4, according to the metronome, I had to move them to the 1 and the 3 to make them fit properly. Here, let's switch it over here because I forgot to do that. All right, let's do another spin. I'm having a lot of fun using the wheel. Black hole. I don't remember who this one is. If it's not Lorna Shore, which I hope it's not, I very, very, very much hope it's not Lorna Shore, because my poor legs. Well, let's find out. Architects. I played this song a couple of times. I don't know much about Architects. I don't remember if they're heavy or not.
Is there nothing but the claw at the center?
That was the end. Cool. That was fun. So I guess, yeah, the answer is they are a bit heavy. Cool. I like it. Oh, classic. This song used to give me a lot of trouble because it's a. Yeah, I'll just tell you a short story. So, I went to my in-person instructor a while back, maybe like a year ago, when I was still going to that teacher. I said, "Oh, I'm having trouble with this song. I have the metronome on even, but even with the metronome on, I keep losing my place in the song." And he said, "The answer to your problem is that the song is swung." This was the first swung song that I didn't realize was swung when I first started playing it, and it threw me off. And I had to spend some time learning to recognize swing in genres that were not swing. Yeah, you probably already knew that I can't play Numa. It'd be cool if I could. One of the things about Numa is, and it's like this for a lot of complicated songs, actually, there are parts of it that I could probably do right now. Um, but I can't do them in combination with the other parts that he does. I'm on this. Numa is an exceptionally intimidating song. I have a couple other songs in my playlist that are not on the wheel because of the time signature changes. I am just not good at following them yet. I did recently do a odd time series from Drumeo that's helped a bit, but I'm still struggling to find songs to practice and learn that I can actually keep up with as far as the time tempo changes and being able to learn to improvise, or not the time tempo, the time signature changes, and being able to improvise along to them. So yeah, honestly, Numa is just super duper intimidating. And you know, I couldn't play an instrument either 3 years ago, and now I can. I'll tell you how I got started though. I didn't get started on a drum kit. I got started in a VR game called Paradiddle VR. Yeah, it is a masterpiece, a musical masterpiece. And that is a large contributing factor to why I am not currently able to play it right now. They gave it to, on Drumeo, they gave it to Mike Portnoy, I think. And they didn't give him the drumless version. They gave him the version with drums so he could try to learn the original part. And he was there for hours. And he got through the form of the song, but he wasn't able to get all the fills and all the exact same grooves in that time, even though, you know, Mike Portnoy is an exceptionally good drummer and is very good at learning how to play songs. So I might add it to my thing just to experiment with, but I'll have to do that off stream because I have to do it to my other, or on my other computer to add it to the list. But yeah, it's a very intimidating song to come up against. Oh, we're getting into Yakuza. Amazing game, by the way. Yeah, I think. No, I'm thinking of a different song that has that many. I don't know how many. Here, you know, I can bring it up real quick. Give me 1 sec. So let's take a look at this real quick. Okay, so start on 4/4, 5/4, 4/4. 5/4 is one of the ones that was in the series that I did. I can go along with 5/4 now. Oh, what? It thought I said a different word apparently. The bit at the beginning, I don't have the equipment to do or to make the same sound he did. I do have a sample pad, but I don't have the sounds. But I know what he's doing there. Yeah, I'm going to turn off my snare for a sec. He's doing what's called a trill, which is basically just really fast notes they pressing into the pad. And then this part I knew what I would also be able to kind of do. So this is just triplet. And I can even kind of do that with in a polyrhythm. I can do 2 polyrhythms right now, and one of them is 3 against 2, which is. So if it were that kind of polyrhythm coming up, then I could probably do that, but I don't think it is. More trills. You can tell by the little lines, the 3 lines going across the stems. And then we just got some hi-hat pedal. And then this empty space, that's when that bass part is starting. We're doing the dun, da, dun, da, dun, da, dun, dun. I've not played in 5/8, although I could probably figure it out. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, and of course Danny Carey has his snare wire turned off. So, and this stuff I might be able to learn to play if I was given enough time. I might be able to learn from, let's see, 43 through let's say 47. I might need an hour or two to practice it, but that could be an interesting thing to learn. So I might practice this section off stream, and then if I happen to see you again, then I'll show you any progress that I might have made. Because obviously being able to play Numa is, any drummer's dream, especially any metal drummer. Yeah, and I appreciate you dropping in. I hope you're enjoying yourself. So the way I normally do things is during the week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I do Drumeo content where I'm going through their method, trying to become a better drummer. And then on Saturdays it's just a jam day where I just come in, I spin the wheel, and I play songs that it lands on. I do take requests for songs to add to my playlist. It's on a one-stream delay because I have to add them on a different computer. But I definitely love hearing suggestions for songs to add to my my library here. I have this app here that lets me mute the drums, so I can add pretty much whatever song I feel like. Although maybe no Rob Zombie, because that gets me copyright struck harder than other groups for some reason.
what it does. It appeals to like the male fantasy.
Oh, that was fun. I haven't played that one in ages. Normally I would stop around now, but I feel like playing a little longer, so I'm going to do that. I have over 250 songs on this wheel now. I do not remember this song. I do not remember who plays it. Oh. Oh, Chelsea Grin. Okay, this is going to be heavy. This is going to be a heavy one. Make sure you stay hydrated. it ended. Whew, that's a good workout, ain't it? I'll do one more, and then I'll call it a night. It's not letting me end easy, is it? Now we're going for 5-finger death punch for the last one. My legs are going to be throbbing after this one. I'm not like Simmons. I haven't been doing this for 15, 20 years. I'm still working on it. My stick split right down the middle. Hold on, I'm going to go grab it real quick. Look at this. Split right down the middle. R.I.P. Stick. You will be remembered briefly. Well, I appreciate you coming to hang out with me today while I did some Drumeo stuff. I hope you're able to drop in tomorrow or maybe next week. Like I said, tomorrow I'll be doing just jamming, and then I'll be back on Drumeo stuff on Monday. But, whatever you do, just always remember that drums are hard, music is hard, be kind to yourself,